They were quoting the Talmud in the Epstein files. Yeah, so that kind of goes to what I was going to say about the Epstein files, which is effectively my, it's kind of like the printer. It's the printer functioning, as you might know. You might know my analogy of the printer. It's kind of like when your printer is working, what's going on, its critical thought, its analysis, its logic, it's just thinking basically at a basic level. So when I was thinking about it, I was thinking about whether or not they would release these files for the public benefit, or, and if so, is there any benefit to the establishment? Is there any benefit to the deep state, to the Jews? Is there any benefit to Israel? Is there any secondary or tertiary benefit that doesn't belong to the people, that we don't feel, that we don't understand? And my answer to that would be yes. And you can kind of extrapolate it. But if you think about it, and you think about the outcome of the Epstein files and the outcome of the drop of the Epstein files, then you can reasonably conclude some kind of outcome that's going to benefit the global elite. I don't like calling them the elite. I want to stop calling them elite. I need to get another word. I like David Icke's word, cult. That's a good word. But I don't like using elite, because elite connotes like, something positive. But I don't think they are positive. Obviously, they're not. They're positive. They're parasites. The elite parasites. Yeah, that's a good phrase or word. They're parasites. The ruling parasites. So yeah, we'll get into that. Elite in Latin is descendants of gods. Well, you know what they say about the 33-degree masonry. But yeah, so we'll get into that. Something big will happen soon to make everyone forget about it. No, I don't think they want people to forget about it, though. That's kind of where I'm going. That's kind of where I'm going with it, I don't think they want them to forget about it. What camera do you use? This is a win-safe camera. New setup. Yeah, this is what I did before. I did this before during Christmas. Do you remember when I had the Christmas background? And in order for me to do this stream correctly, because I want to just go over something after I talk about the Epstein files, I have to show you something that kind of requires me to do it like this. So I will do that. And I just want to show you a tweet, because I want to show you some monumental psyop that we're witnessing in real time that is quite clear, I think. It's not really anything difficult to spot, but it is something that I want to talk about and give my analysis on. So I will get into that shortly after. The whole Epstein files is just a hoax from the left. Governments are corruptible, AI isn't. That's what they will say. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting thought. The quality looks crisp. Thanks. Any thoughts on the Epstein interview? Look like AI. The Epstein interview, I haven't really watched it. I haven't really got too deep into it. I haven't really looked at it that much, because I do think a lot of it is fake. Like, I'm not trying to be like a defender of Epstein, but there was some fake stuff. So you don't really want to cloud your mind with so much fake stuff. Because you already know, really, if you're a conspiracy theorist, you already know about Epstein, and you already know about what the Epstein files actually implies. You know that it's effectively, rich parasites, connected Jewish parasites, but also Goyim parasites that rule over humanity, and they do it via blackmail. You kind of already knew that. You kind of already know that these people engage in child sacrifice rituals, and you kind of already know that they have connections in the UK and the UAE and in Russia and in Ukraine and other things like that. I suppose before I get onto that, before I talk about that, was this narrative about how Epstein was a KGB asset, right? Which is interesting, because obviously the mainstream Mockingbird media will push the opposite. That's what they do. They don't necessarily lie, or they do lie, but they lie in reverse. So they say the opposite, right? And I don't think it's true, obviously, that Epstein was a Russian agent, but rather that Putin and Russia is an agent of Israel and an agent of world or international Jewry, which I've spoken about before. If people might remember, when I did the show looking into Vladimir Putin's upbringing and how he was surrounded by Jews and brought up by a lot of Jews, and he now surrounds himself with rich Jewish billionaires, Russian billionaires, and Russia is a very pro-Israel country. This is what I was talking about. I think it was around Christmas time. Must have been. So the idea that, Epstein works for Russia, it's the opposite. It's literally the opposite. That's why the Ukraine war and the Ukraine-Russia war won't actually end via any peace negotiation from Donald Trump. It's because that is those, Zelensky, we all know about Zelensky, is a Jew surrounded by Jews, and similar thing with Putin. I don't think Putin is actually a Jew, but I do think he's got Jewish ethnicity in his family. So that whole thing, that whole story is just an inverse. And what's crazy also is that obviously Reform are pro-Israel, radically so. Richard Tice kisses the wall. They say we must stand with Israel, and they are receiving Russian bribes. It's kind of interesting. So that was that. Really, that was kind of like, that's just a total inversion of what's real. What I'm thinking about with the Epstein files is this was my logic. There's a outcome that is most likely. There is a most likely outcome with these Epstein files, and if you know the general public, then you know that they don't really think, right? So what is most likely? Like, are people going to start becoming aware of the fact that their society is dictated to by PDFs, and that they're being, depopulated, and that these people have nefarious intentions? Everybody who runs the world has nefarious intentions? Probably not. They're not really going to come to that conclusion straight away. That does require thinking. It requires putting things together, joining dots together. What doesn't require thinking is becoming anti-Semitic, right? Becoming more anti-Semitic doesn't really require much thinking, especially when you look at these Epstein documents. Because obviously there's the fact that Epstein is a Jew and he's working on behalf of Israel and he's working on behalf of Mossad, and you can reasonably think about the fact that this whole operation was on behalf of Israel, which is a Jewish state, and it's negatively affecting white people and white women, particularly in Western nations, right? And it's having causing a stranglehold over the political scene in Western countries. So there's that. But then there's the flagrant use of the term goyim. And this is very important, because ask yourself, how many people now know what the term goyim means, or even have heard it for the first time? Like, I know my dad never heard the term goyim before, before last week, right? People who I know, they don't know goyim. They don't know what goyim means. So when you hear the term goyim for the first time, what does goyim mean? Well, goyim is a derogatory term for non-Jews, kind of like the N-word for black people or the P-word for Pakistanis, right? So if you understand that there is a group of these Jews, these international parasitic global Jews who have a stranglehold over Western nations, literally view you with contempt, and they view you as subhuman, and they view themselves as ethnically superior, and that's the reason why they call you goyim, and that's the reason why they have a distinction, then you're more anti-Semitic than you were last week. And that would apply for most people. And as a result of that, when you see this pattern, right, because, people, maybe they can't think, but they can recognize patterns, and then you see more and more and more that, maybe it takes place, maybe you start questioning the war on Gaza now, maybe you start questioning, or the war, right? Maybe you start questioning our monarchy, maybe you start thinking about other things, probably not though. But when you see things in the news, when you see atrocity in the news, you've already got that layer of anti-Semitism now, because you understand that these people are of the belief that they are ethnically superior to you. They're effectively Nazis, which is what I'm going to come on to later as well. So, what does that mean, right? If everyone is more anti-Semitic? Well, it means that there's going to be anti-Semitism laws, because that's necessary. Because if these people run the Western world, then they can't have people becoming so anti-Semitic where, well, it's not even that. They don't really care if you're anti-Semitic. If you go on Instagram, owned by Zuckerberg, if you're going to see a lot of anti-Semitism. They don't really care at this point if you're anti-Semitic, right? I feel like that's kind of faux outrage. What they care more about is if you see their crimes in the Middle East, right? And they care more about the public being on board with an Iranian regime change, right? An uprising, and supporting these people. But if these people are committing atrocities in these Middle Eastern countries, then you're not going to be in favor of it. But it doesn't matter if you don't know about it. So, if there is a inorganic uprising in Iran, And, you know, let's say, for example, that there's atrocity propaganda where there is Iranians that are getting slaughtered on the streets and killed in the streets and they're being starved, right? Maybe this is inorganic. Maybe this isn't coming from the Iranians themselves. It's actually coming from Mossad, right? But you wouldn't know that because there's anti-Semitism laws in your country which prevent you from viewing images that are happening and viewing things that are happening on the other side of the world. This is like the Online Safety Act. You can't go on the internet in the UK and view certain things, right? Because, you know, protecting children, right? Well, maybe they're going to make it so you can't view atrocities happening in the Middle East because a rise in anti-Semitism or, you know, Online Safety Act, we can't allow people to view these things. So when you have a rise in anti-Semitism, you have a crackdown on freedom of speech, freedom of information. And so I think it's partly to do with that. And but the idea that governments are corruptible and AI isn't is also quite a good idea, quite a good theory, because this kind of goes to how many people work in government, like bureaucrats and stuff, and how easily they could all be replaced. And the level of public trust in the establishment, in the, you know, the FBI or the DOJ or our institutions, MI5 and MI6. So it's like, well, we can solve all of this human error, right, with AI, because AI doesn't have human error because it doesn't make any errors. So that's kind of a good point as well. So that's what I'm thinking about when I'm thinking of the Epstein files, because it's nothing. If you're a conspiracy theorist, if you're watching this and you enjoy my content, then chances are you're already a bit of a conspiracy theorist. You're already past the idea that Jews run the world and there are Satanist PDFs that have blackmail on each other, like, you know, like Prince Andrew, for example, so that they can carry out an agenda, so that they can manipulate world events. You kind of already know that, so it's nothing really surprising. And also, it's definitely not about transparency, because if it is about transparency, then they would have given us everything. They don't actually care. We already know that they don't care, so it's always going to have a nefarious ulterior motive that you have to infer. And so that's what I've inferred. I don't know about you. I don't know what you think. Let me know what you think. But yeah. And then the next thing I was going to talk about is directly connected, right? I just want to go to the chat for a little bit. But the next thing I want to talk about is directly connected to the Epstein files, and it's not a coincidence that it's happening right now. And I'm going to show you something that I want to talk about. And I'm not like picking on because I'm going to show you an example, but I'm not picking on the individual person. I'm just using the person as an example, right? Why on earth would they make it so obvious? Well, I think that that's kind of part of it. It's the level of contempt that they show for the goyim. These people don't even care about hiding their... I mean, sorry, you say why on earth would they make it so obvious? But they do tell us. They do tell us. Not only do they tell you in films, but they tell you they've written their agenda out in black and white on various different websites, you know, whether it's Agenda 2030 or other things like that. So they do actually tell you, and Elon Musk, you know, says that we're going to have universal basic income and that robots will replace humans in manufacturing industries and stuff like that. So they do actually tell us, right? So they and I believe that this is related to their potential Freemason, or whether it's Freemasonic or not, but their potential view of karmic retribution. They will still make it into heaven if they tell you the nefarious things that they're doing. Baal, Moloch, Satan, Lucifer, Loki, and the rest of them lead to Egyptian. Without Israel, the Muslims will take over. What do you think about the Epstein behind right-wing uprising in Europe? I think that's possible. Partially. Yep. Germany should... Okay. They can complain, more equals more power over us. How is Zuckerberg anti-Muslim? Belissima, can you just... What is the P word, though? It rhymes with... Fucking... I don't know. Mackie? You view yourself as superior. Well, not really, but yeah, thanks. You are absolutely right. Thank you. Countryside is too white. Okay. It means nation. Okay. Goyim is not a curse word. Stop being so pressed about it. Okay. A lot of Jews in the chat today, apparently. That's interesting. Okay. More Jews than normal in the chat today. That's fair. That's fine, right? Okay, cool. Change your mind on Nick. You know it doesn't rhyme with... Okay. Tacky, yeah, tacky. Elon has posted many times, all politicians are actors reading scripts. AI can't replace majority of humans' jobs. Oh, wow. I wish I had your optimism. I have robotic vacuum cleaners. Oh, my God. Reese, any thoughts on Jewish prophecy Messiah? Epstein files is part of their prophecy Messiah. I agree. Yes, that's where I'm kind of coming from here. The idea that they want to crack down on anti-Semitism is so they can have their atrocity in the Middle East without the people uprising and becoming, you know... In order for them to have Middle Eastern expansion and fulfill the Jewish prophecy, which is Greater Israel, they literally cannot have you viewing what they're going to be doing. Even Gaza is quite bad. Like, Gaza is bad, but we're talking worse. We're talking way worse. Because in order to have a regime change in Iran, you're going to have the people. And in order to have the people, you're going to have, like, in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. But you're going to have either atrocity propaganda, but I don't think it will be propaganda. I think you're going to just have straight up atrocities in the streets because these people are going to be forced into having a rebellion. I mean, it's kind of like what's happening in this country. I mean, people are being forced now in this country, in England and in Western countries, to be really annoyed because you can't buy anything, you can't buy a house, and your job is like painful and nothing, and you're going nowhere with it. You know what I mean? And like men and women are divided, and you know everyone's divided. So it's like you're kind of being forced to take an issue with it. But yeah, so I mean, I think that partly it does come down to the Jewish prophecy, you know, because they want to, that's part of Greater Israel. That's what I'm saying. Like, they want to kind of like have that. So yeah. What do you think of Palestine protests? Do you think they should be banned? Well, they're inorganic. They're completely inorganic. They're funded by NGOs. They show signs supporting a terrorist group, which is completely inorganic. I think people have the right to protest whatever they want, though. So, all right, let's get into this other thing. Right, you call Jays demonic, but you don't even believe in Christ or Islam. Just admit you're a brainless anti-Semite. It doesn't mean that they can't be demonic, though. If you believe in demons, then you are, and you worship demons, then you are demonic. If you believe in God and you live by God, then you are godly. Doesn't mean I have to believe in God. I think you are brainless, though. So, anyway, what was connected to that, right, is this, right? So, the grooming gangs, yeah? Now, again, I'm just using Lander as an example here, okay? So, this isn't me attacking Lander individually, because this was clearly a talking point. This was clearly something that people were told to talk about. Because I'm not joking, I saw at least 20 accounts quote tweet this, right? I saw at least 20 accounts quote tweeting Rupert Lowe talking about how we owe Elon Musk a great vote of thanks. And Lander says that we ordinary people owe Elon Musk a tremendous debt for allowing us a platform to speak freely. Now, let's just take this at face value for a moment, right? Ordinary people owe Elon Musk a tremendous debt. So in order for that to be real, you would have to assume that he's given up some kind of... He's made some big sacrifice in order to give us something very positive, right? But that isn't true in any way. Because this guy has infinite money, and buying Twitter was like have you ever been on GTA and you've got like 10 million and you buy a Lamborghini for like $1 million? It doesn't really affect you in any way, right? But so that's one thing, right? We don't owe him anything because he didn't really do anything for us. He hasn't had a massive positive effect on our lives. He hasn't given us anything that we should be truly grateful for. He's given us a propaganda outlet, which is what X is, because it's not even a free speech platform, because people get shadow banned, and also people will get banned, or you're not allowed to say certain things. Have you seen a clip where people will type in, you know, they hate this or they hate this, and then they hate this, but then if it comes to the Jewish people, then you're not allowed to say it? Yeah. So it's not really a free speech platform. But even if it was a free speech platform, there are other platforms that you can spread information on, like, for example, Instagram or YouTube, right? So anyway, but what he's referring to is the grooming gangs primarily, right? Because Rupert Lowe says that Elon Musk has allowed us to expose the grooming gangs. But why? Why has Rupert Lowe decided to dedicate his entire life to exposing the grooming gangs. And I'm not saying that the grooming gangs don't deserve to be exposed. This whole thing deserves to come down. The people involved in the judiciary, the people involved in the police, they deserve the death penalty or worse, or torture, in my opinion. If anything, like, medieval torture devices is a bit too reasonable and a bit too moderate for basically everybody involved, right? So we should absolutely be making efforts to get to the bottom of this, right? But I just find it a little bit coincidental that Rupert Lowe is a Zionist, right, who has been endorsed by Tommy Robinson, or rather, promoted by Tommy Robinson, who says we should support Israel any way we can, who hasn't mentioned the Epstein files a single time, and is now, coincidentally, after the Epstein files have been dropped, massively on the grooming gang scandal in this country. Because whilst there's anti-Semitism in America, there must be Islamophobia or whatever, right, in the UK, because it's like, you know, you got to balance that shit out, right? You still need to remember that whilst there's bad Jewish pedophiles, right, remember what the Muslims are doing, right? That's kind of the idea here, you know. Yes, okay, yeah, you understand about Jewish power, but don't forget about the Muslims, okay? Because we need you to demonize Muslims so that we can have your support for greater Israel, right? Before we completely crack down on your ability to view what's going on in the region. So maybe I'm jumping, maybe I'm leaping here. Maybe I'm like, maybe I'm going like on maybe this is conjecture, but I don't think it is conjecture because it's too much of a coincidence. It's too much of a, it's too much, like, the timing is just too perfect, right? And also, he's praising Elon Musk, right? And Elon Musk, correct me if I'm wrong, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, right? But Elon Musk was asking to go to the island, and he was in communication with Epstein after he'd been convicted for his crimes. So he's not looking good because of the Epstein files. It's not the worst thing in the world, but he's not looking very positive because there are emails of him asking to meet and asking to go to the island. And I mean, even emailing a convicted sex offender anyway is kind of questionable, so it doesn't look great. So convenient, isn't it, if you say, hail Elon Musk, because he's allowed us to expose the Muslims. It's like a double whammy. It's 2 for 1. Elon Musk looks bad because he's in the Epstein files, but praise him because he gave you free speech. Jews look bad, and everyone's getting a bit more anti-Semitic because of the Epstein files, but think about the Muslims, right? So... So, and I saw a lot of this. I saw a lot of this propaganda on X, because that's what it is. X is a propaganda website. That's what it's for. It's for propaganda. Sorry about that. So, and then I think, I mean, thing is with the whole right-wing media, I mean, I suppose the last thing I suppose the last thing I'll say before I go to the comments, because I'm not going to do a long live. I kind of wanted to just do this live so that I could then put it on YouTube. Trump and Epstein are related. Fair. I don't know. But then the last thing I was going to say, right, is that, so people are talking about on X, like, how you shouldn't joke about Epstein. Like, it's okay to joke about Hitler, but you shouldn't joke about Epstein, right? Because whatever. But the thing is that, because I was listening to Nick Fuentes talk about this, because I have been tuning back into the propaganda a little bit, and I was like, so Fuentes is kind of right, because he's saying, well, if you're going to joke about Hitler, then you know, why wouldn't you joke about Epstein? It's basically the same thing. But I don't think it is the same thing, right? Because Hitler did pretty bad things, right? Let's just be real. Like, if you're admiring Hitler, I feel like you've been low-key psyoped into doing that. And I don't think that admiring Hitler is like a reasonable and normal point of view to have. That's just my personal opinion. Maybe you disagree. But I just think that he's not the most rational person. Anyway, the difference between Epstein and Hitler is big. They're the same, but there is a big difference. And it's like Nazism and Zionism. It's literally kind of like a similar dynamic here, which is that the Nazis were bad and they did bad things, but they were white people. Well, some people say Hitler was Jewish, but let's just say they were white, and they were committing atrocities in the name of white supremacy against minorities that weren't white, or if they were disabled, and they were expanding, and there was the Holocaust, right? Jews died and stuff like that. So it was a crime by white supremacists against Jews, yeah, and other people, but mainly the narrative is about Jews. And then Epstein is kind of the same because he's committing crimes against humanity and he's doing bad things, but he's a Jewish supremacist committing crimes against white people. So this is why I would argue that it's different to make jokes about Hitler versus Epstein. If you're a white person, that is. Because Epstein committed crimes against white people and he says goyim, and Hitler committed crimes against Jews and he was white. It's not to say that either of them are justified. I'm just saying that if you're going to joke about one or the other, as a white person, one of them makes more sense than the other. And then this kind of goes to Nazism and Zionism, because Nazism is the same. They're the same. They are literally the exact same. Zionism is just Nazism with extra steps. It's just Nazism with Hebrew programming, because it's ethnic supremacy, expansionism, and genocide. That's exactly what Nazism was in the 1940s. That's exactly what it was, and that's what Zionism is right now. So those two things are basically the same. And I think that that's why they were trying to remove any kind of Nazism from becoming mainstream and relevant, because they wanted it to be kind of like Zionism is the only form of Nazism. But obviously, if you've read Albert Pike, you know that, World War III is going to be mutually assured destruction between the Muslims and the Zionists. So we don't know where that's going to go. That's going to be interesting. So Aryan spirit, yeah. So yeah, that's basically my monologue for the day. I hope you enjoyed that. But now we're going to get into the chat, and then I'm going to go off after that because I've got to be up tomorrow. Vatican and Orsini family, yeah. I'd rather be a Snazi than go to Epstein Island. It's called the Aryan Spirit. Yeah. Nah, he was trying to save the world. Okay. Me mum's a shoe. Me mum died in the... Well, Slavic people are white, but besides the point. What was... I don't understand. Okay, should we debate someone? Is anyone requesting? Hopefully angloid comes back. We can have our frogs together. I've forgotten how to... Okay, you can make guest requests now, I think. 1v1v1. Change the name to Reese Yapping. Could do. But I don't think it goes as hard. Popped in to say love the vids, keep going. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Angloid is packing for his EDL march. Reese, what do you think Nick smells like? I think he smells probably like body odor and like pizza, like cheese maybe. I would have thought you'd talk about Epstein more. Well, there's nothing really more to say about Epstein, because it's kind of the shit that I always say anyway. Like, we have no political... Realistically, the only thing that really matters about the Epstein files is that in order to have societal change, you can't think that there are political solutions. And that's what I always say anyway. We don't have political solutions because the people who run the banks in the world are controlled by Jewish PDFs for the benefit of Israel. This is why it makes no sense to be a... This is literally, this is what I was talking about the other day. It makes no sense to be a Zionist and a nationalist of your own country. It's completely backwards and contradicts each other. You know? Because Zionism is the furtherance of the state of Israel. And that happens because of blackmail conducted by Jeffrey Epstein. And as a result, on other people all around the world. You know? So it's like, you know, yeah. I'll send half a galaxy and then the other half when angloid's on. Not on mine. Every US president is related. Democracy don't exist. Please go up. I mean, no one's requested. Oh, angloid's requested. Okay. Hello?
Yo, bro, what you saying?
Chilling. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm in the bath,
Okay, nice.
but it's not real, so I'm not actually.
Okay. Is that because you got fluoride in the water?
Yeah, fluoride's in the water, bro. It's not real.
Okay, fair enough. So so
What
what
you
do you want to talk
saying?
about, bro?
I don't know. I've just been sent alive and told to come up, bro.
Okay, so when are we having a frog date?
Funny, bro. Actually, funny.
Huh? No, there's French restaurants outside of France.
I'm
Right?
actually down. I'm actually so down.
In the spirit of Anglo getting banned from France, we've decided to go and eat frogs together because
Okay,
you don't need
well,
to go to France.
find a restaurant and I'll come on. I'm in London soon if you want to do it then.
Okay, maybe. When
No
is that?
rate of fuck though. I don't know. In the next month, I'll be down London for a weekend probably.
Oh, I can't do a weekend. I'm always working.
Oh, you're still working in Tesco.
No.
They fire you.
Yeah, let's not just bring the. Let's not. You know, I don't work for that company.
Okay. All right. Um. Yeah. No. Not a weekend. I'll be there on a Friday.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, we'll do Friday. Yeah. So
Sweet. So are you really 6'2"? That's what I've been told.
no. Yeah, 6'3" really, but
Oh, swear. Okay.
when I wear shoes like 6'5", but
Fair. What shoes are they?
they got high boosters in, bro.
Oh, are they real?
No, they're not real because yeah, they're just not real. Do you think medicine's real? Or should we like rub raw meat and honey on our wounds?
Do I think medicine is real? Well, some medicine is not effective, but a lot
Yeah,
of it is.
fairs.
But I wouldn't say I'm not really one of the rub honey on the wounds,
Oh
but
no.
maybe it works.
Yeah,
But
well,
but don't you think that angloid, like after the Epstein file dropped, like it's a little bit more reasonable to be a bit radical in your beliefs, like, and you'd be a bit more conspiratorial minded?
I am radical.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you are though,
In what way am I not radical?
because well, you want
What's
to
radical in your rights? What's your
like understanding how the world works and going
I think no
further than
one really
politics.
understands. I don't think anyone really understands how the world works, but I think we can have an idea about some aspects on who controls us and that they actually hate us and call us goyim and all this stuff.
Yeah. So if they called us goyim, don't you think that would mean they have contempt for us a little bit?
Yeah, 100%.
So then, wouldn't that mean that implausible theories that you think are too far might become a little bit more plausible?
Like what?
Well, like you know how they were talking about effeminizing men via hormones and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree
Um,
with that 100%.
yeah, so let's say someone said that there was fluoride in the water supply,
Yeah, that's why
or
the frogs were turning gay. It's true. No, it is true.
okay, it's cool. Okay, so I'm just trying to gauge where you're at. So
I,
let
I'm on the same page as Alex Jones spiritorially because I think he's
really,
right. He's right about most things, but some of the shit you come out with is like crazy. I think Alex is quite reasonable. He's got things right in the past, and what he says makes sense. Like he brings up data and statistics, but then like this Candace Owens like kind of page you're on, Charlie Kirk's a time traveler, and like
that's not
all
really
this
what
stuff.
I'm on though. That's not really what I'm on.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think
Okay,
some of the stuff you come out with is just like, oh.
can you give me an example then? Let's talk about it then.
Let's go with waves. You think waves are fake?
I've literally never said that. That must have been sarcasm.
Oh, what? Okay. What else do you say? said skin's not real because he was so funny.
No, I didn't. That's what you
Yes,
said.
you did.
That's what you said. You said, "Hey man,
Okay.
is my skin not real?" And I was just playing into it. I was like, "Well,
Well, with
okay,
an
cool."
American accent. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
something like that.
think. Uh, okay. Okay. Do you think? Yeah, like clouds. You don't think clouds are real? You think they're all chemtrails, right?
Well, clouds are real, but their weather is also manipulated.
You said weather is not real.
Well, I said there's fake weather. So there's real weather, and then there's artificial weather also.
Real fucking weather. Okay. What else do you think? Yeah, food's not real as well. You said that.
Yeah, so when I said that, I was referring to the bread and the produce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
food's not real. Okay.
No, but do you understand? No, but do you understand what I'm getting at, though?
Yeah, food's not real, bro.
No, okay, what am I getting at then?
Um, like you think food is fake?
Okay, can you give me an example? Do you remember what I told you? I told you the example I gave you specific. Can you remember?
Yeah, but you just said food is fake, like as a
Okay,
generalization.
okay. Yeah,
There's like
because
that's
people
just
people understand it. People understand what I mean by that. Because rather than saying out the whole thing every single time, people understand what you mean. Like when you say food, that we eat a lot of fake food. They understand that there's cancer-causing pesticides on
yeah. The word's
produce.
goislop, bro. The word's goislop.
There's and there's unnecessary ingredients in bread that are
Yeah,
linked to cancer.
it's called goislop, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
goey slop isn't food then. That's basically my point.
No, it's food, but it's slop. It's food that makes you weak.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not like ideal. So you kind of
No,
get where I'm
100%
going then.
not. Yeah,
So you
it's
so we
goislop.
so you agree with that then?
Not that food's fake, but goislop's real. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What else then? So we're completely on the same page at the moment.
Oh yeah, you think the world's flat? The Earth's flat?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Oh, do you not? Okay, maybe not.
There's a globe up there.
Are you desktop
Yeah.
streaming? Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was showing something on Twitter.
Um,
Not that you would like what I was showing, but yeah.
what are you showing me? Me getting arrested by
No,
police?
no, it wasn't you. It was something about a different influencer.
Steve Laws.
Nah.
Who?
Well, to be honest, it wasn't about him specifically, but it was just about what he posted. But it was Lando. I'll show you. Look.
Lando.
Oh no, it's gone.
Lando.
Yeah, Lando. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
there
think
was
so.
this one as well. There was this one. This one was
Right.
funny. This one was funny. So there was that one.
It's so far away, bro.
That one was funny. Whoever Elon Musk tweets, whoever said money can't buy happiness really knew what they were talking about. Oh my god! Please
Yeah,
deport
stop,
yourself.
bro.
And then Lando said sending hugs. And then what was the other one? Oh yeah, he was saying that we owe Rupert Lowe because
Rupert Lowe's a patriot, mate.
Okay, cool. So we disagree on this, right? So how can you be a patriot and a Zionist at the same time?
Um, well, okay. First of all, this was a tweet like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I think it was 2020. When was that tweet? 2023 or 2022? 3, 4 years ago.
2024.
Really?
October 2024.
Okay. Well, I think in the last year, since he formed Restore Britain, the people he surrounded himself with, the people like Charlie Downs, Harrison Pitt, they are Britain first FNATs.
Okay, so again, he's a Zionist though. So how could you be a Zionist and a patriot?
Well, I think he's changed quite a lot on his politics because he used to be a hardcore Thatcherite on economics regarding economics, right? And he's changed quite a lot then. So he'll be tweeting things like Britain isn't an economic zone, and he'll be saying things like that, which is pretty good, which kind of goes against Thatcherite politics and some of the economic policies he supports. And I think overall, first of all, he's the best on immigration. We can understand that. Obviously, with the grape requirees happening now, no one else has ever done that, right? You think that's good?
Well, I do think it's good, but I think it's being done for nefarious reasons.
Like what?
Well, like I was saying earlier, I think that this is very convenient timing from a politician like Rupert Lowe, who hasn't mentioned the Epstein files one single time, who has relentlessly pushed the grooming gang scandal and his inquiries ever since and has timed maybe, I don't know, coincidentally his inquiries right now to make Muslims look bad in this country, or Pakistanis or foreigners or whatever. Not that I look, as I said earlier, right? These people deserve worse than the death penalty. They deserve to be tortured, in my opinion. But
Do you think there should be an inquiry into what happened?
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
And that's what Rupert Lowe's doing. So do you think it's good or bad?
I think it's good if it's not being done for nefarious reasons.
It's not.
But how do you know that?
He's
And I've got another question. I've got another question, right?
Oh,
No, I've got another question. So, is Rupert Lowe a ethnat or a civnat?
I would say, I don't know. I think, yeah, probably an F now. I would say.
And what are you basing that on?
I'm basing it on the people he surrounds himself with, the people in Restore Britain. He owns Restore Britain. Who's the director of campaigns? Who's the policy maker? Who's the one? What's it called? The one that collects data and statistics and all this stuff. It's
And they're all
yeah.
ethno-nationalists.
Yeah, they're all nationalists. I wouldn't even say I don't say ethno. I reject that term, Reese. You can't be a civic nationalist. It's not a real thing. A nation is a people with a common ancestry, an ethnic group, race of people. So yeah.
Okay. So those people believe that black people could never be English.
They believe that to be English is to be ethnically English, like the definition of the word. Yes.
Okay, so then I would ask, what's the difference between? So we're talking about the people he surrounds himself with, right? But I don't think
in the party, in the movement he owns. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't think. So what's the difference then between Rupert Lowe and Tommy Robinson?
I think Tommy Robinson is, first of all, over fixated on Israel. He's over fixated on illegal immigration. And Rupert Lowe, as we can see, look at his tweets, he's always saying legal immigration is a bigger problem than illegal immigration, which is good. Not many other parties are saying that. I think Rupert Lowe is probably one of the only people that say it. Even Reform don't say that. So I think, first of all, that's good. And Tommy's just completely different. Tommy's just like a street activist, like a Jeff, Uncle Jeff said, he can be paid quite a little amount of money, and I forgot what it was. He's cheap. That's what he said.
Cheap at any price.
Cheap at any price, and I think that's.
I would say Rupert Lowe is cheap at any price.
I wouldn't say that at all.
I would say because he took 100k furlough from the government, from his company that is involved with, COVID tests that made 7.9 million during the pandemic. I'll say that's corruption.
Say that again slower, please.
So, Rupert Lowe is a non-executive director of a company that was affiliated, that was selling COVID tests, right, during COVID.
Yeah.
And that company, so firstly, that's a major red flag. Secondly, that company made 7.9 million and took 100k from the taxpayer on furlough. So he stole your money. He stole your money.
So hold on. If he was working for a company giving out COVID tests, right?
Non-executive director.
Oh, okay.
And receiving 6-figure dividends.
All right. Yeah, well, first of all, that's a good job. He's also had jobs as the chairman of Southampton and other things. And second of all,
that's a good job.
What? As in well paid.
Was it called Biopharma? I believe it was called.
Hold on. As in good pay, right? Second of all, COVID tests were real. Like COVID was a real thing. It was just it just wasn't it wasn't bad. Like if you saw the casualties, it was usually over 80 years old. We shouldn't have a lockdown over it. It's just like having the flu. But it was a real thing.
Okay, so I'm of the opinion that anyone who was connected to COVID testing or anything COVID related cannot be trusted in any way, because COVID was engineered, and we know that it was engineered and pre-planned because of the Epstein files. They were talking about planning it in the Epstein files, Epstein, I think, and Bill Gates.
Well, first of all, I haven't seen that, and second of all, do you think Rupert Lowe would have known it was fake?
It doesn't matter if he knew or not if it was fake.
And what do you think it was real? Could you have COVID?
I did. I mean, I did have COVID.
So it was real. Would you agree that it was just over exaggerated and was manufactured? I agree with that, but it was real.
Possibly, but I think people.
In what way was it not real?
Because people do COVID tests. People do COVID tests to this day, and they all show up that they've got COVID, even though.
Like I said, I just think it's another version of the flu that has just kind of came from a science lab and put in the UK. or put it in any Western nation or any nation as a whole.
And
I think it's real. I think to say it's not real is very stupid. And I think to say that Rupert Lowe had a play in manufacturing COVID-19 is also extremely stupid.
No, he
Profited of a situation he thought was real. Well, which was real, right? COVID was a real thing.
Stole taxpayer money.
Okay, do you think someone who gave out flu tests is evil?
We're talking about a politician.
Right.
We're saying, can you trust this politician? So this politician is a Zionist. So for me, no, straight away. This politician stole your money, right? He stole your money.
First of all, he's not a Zionist. He's made like 1 or 2 tweets in support of Israel pre becoming an MP, pre even entering.
Do you know what a Zionist is?
Someone who believes that Israel has a right to exist or some bullshit.
Basically, yeah, you believe in a homeland for Jewish people.
Yeah, I would say right now, if you got asked, you'd say I don't care. Remember when he got outed all over the news for being anti-Semitic because he made a joke about Jewish people?
Okay, that's what the people in the Epstein files were doing.
What? No, we're talking about Rupert Lowe, not Epstein files. Yeah, like
what I'm saying is that making a joke about Jews doesn't really mean that you're not a Zionist and you're not controlled by Jews. I mean, that's what Nigel Farage used to do as well.
But when he was like 15 years old in school.
Exactly. If anything, that would be giving more credibility.
Not really. Rupert Lowe did it like 4 months ago. So I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, everyone caught on to Jews like 2 years ago, and he's making jokes 4 months ago. It's pretty safe. Back then, if you're making jokes about Jews...
So do you think he has caught on then? You're literally...
100%. 100%.
And hold on, how can I trust what you're saying is true when you're literally drinking fluoride water out of a plastic bottle?
Angloid, now you're just...
No, this is boy slop. No, hold on. When I have water, right, I will get a glass bottle and I will go to a fresh water spring that has had nothing. No one's even found it before.
Okay,
and I'll
we're not all rich like you, bro. We're not all rich. We're not all living...
How am I rich?
Well, that's how it sounds. It sounds like you're like living by some like nice area.
What, a glass bottle?
Big
glass
house,
bottle.
Like fresh stream water. You know, straight from the source.
Yeah, I'm a nomad.
I'm just joking. Anyway, right? Let's go back to the topic. Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that you're drinking fluoride water out of the plastic
so you want to
container.
divert. So now
I'm not diverting at all.
This is where I begin to question you.
Would you say that water's goy slop?
Yes.
Okay, so you're drinking.
Why? You're saying
what does goy slop do? What does goy slop do?
You say this has.
What does goy slop do?
It makes you weak.
And it makes you stupid, would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you are stupid because you're like, I don't have goy slop at all. You are constantly having goy slop. You're actually drinking goy slop while talking to me, which means while you are talking to me, you are increasingly becoming dumber, and you've probably been drinking that water all day, which means and you've been doing it 365 days a year, which means you are constantly dumbering yourself, making yourself weaker. That's probably why I can bench more than you. So these are things, they all add up here, Reese. And how are we meant to trust you when you're off your head on goy slop 24/7?
No, yeah, very excellent diversion there. I give it to you.
Thank you very
much. Been trained very well. Trained how to divert, trained on the talking points, and that's
You've just been mobbed to death, bro. You've just been caught eating goy slop. Drinking goy slop as well.
Okay, so are you gonna explain to me why?
Oh, Reese, can you get Lewis Aaron up, please? Can you get Lewis Aaron up?
Okay, yeah, let's get some more people then. Let's just make it a total...
Lewis Aaron, you need to come up, please. I want to talk to you. Lewis Aaron's like the biggest lefty of all time. Invite him up.
I don't see him.
Oh, Lewis Aaron.
Oh, no, I do see him. Yeah, I see him.
Invite him up. Come on.
I'm gonna
Lewis, come up, I'll give you a galaxy.
I'm gonna get, what's her name? Belissima and Sarah probably in a bit.
Who's that? Get him up now.
You don't know Belissima? No, we got to get you to chat to Belissima. If this guy's not going to come on. Why is this guy not coming on?
Get him up. Lewis Aaron's scared, but I've beat him in every debate I can. He's a mad lefty.
Yeah, I know. I've seen him. I think I've seen him.
He's really zesty. All right, get these people up then.
Bro, you can't talk about Zesty.
What do you mean? Bro, I've literally seen a video of you and Hugh. Hold on, I've literally seen a video of you and Hugh Anthony. Like you're carrying Hugh Anthony. So like, what are you talking about?
Okay.
That's all right. Get these people up, belissima and all these. I forgot what the other
All
one.
right, let's get Belissima, and then all right, chat to this girl, yeah.
Let's go.
Belissima.
Where are you from,
No, hi,
belissima?
angloid. I'm going to speak to you sometime with tonight I've got to quiz Reese.
What the hell?
Man.
What
Chat
the?
to angloid, man. Why you got to chat to me?
No, because you are doing the Epstein file, so I want to know exactly what you want to know.
I've already given you the monologue. If you weren't listening, then you need to go to my YouTube channel
No,
after.
do you know when it started? Do you know when it first came up?
What do you mean, the court proceedings?
Do you know when the subject of Epstein first came to the public's attention?
I think maybe 2006 or 2009.
What?
Or was it before that?
No,
That was I don't know then, tell me.
around 2018.
That's completely a lie. What are you talking about?
It wasn't 2009.
Okay, it was not in 2018.
Do you know when it came to public attention?
He was convicted in 2008, someone said.
2008. It was only just recent.
Mate, you are off your tits again. You need to stop. You need to put the booze down.
Well, as someone who actually like knew Jeff and went to his island, it was more recent.
You know angloid?
Epstein.
Yeah.
Okay, so riddle me this. Epstein. I'll just put it up for you. Fuck it. We're on it.
Oh,
Epstein
got
pleaded
Wikipedia
guilty and
up.
was convicted in 2008.
And who owns Wikipedia?
That's not true. It didn't come up until 2018.
Belissima, get
You
this.
get your information off Wikipedia.
Yeah. Who owns Wikipedia?
Okay, should we get a different one? DOJ from America. Is that okay?
Who owns Who owns the United States government? Who owns it? Reese.
What does it say?
Who owns the United States government?
Reese, what does it say?
Got everyone in the comments. Who owns the United States government?
Reese, what does it say?
The indictment unsealed today, which was in 2019, alleges that between 2002 and 2004.
Oh, you're telling me it's 2008, yeah?
Do you know what an indictment is? Do you know what an indictment
Do
is?
you? Did I not ask you when it came to public attention?
Yeah, the court.
Okay, so
holy
what's
shit.
the date?
Well done,
2019.
Belissima.
In 2018, we were doing the conspiracy theories.
Well done,
Yeah,
Belissima.
okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
angloid.
Yeah.
Okay, point one.
I just
done.
don't really believe you.
Sorry,
Okay,
hold on. But
you check up the facts and mine check out. And I
Yeah.
was there at the time
No,
when all
it
this was
doesn't.
going on.
On the first one, it says there's a conviction in. I can't even read this.
okay, Reese, I can't lie. I'm going to tell you right. Your sources right here are Wikipedia, the United States government, all owned by a certain group of people who are friends with Jeff. Me and Belissima were there. We knew Jeff. Like, we
Angloid,
knew.
you're too young to be there. You weren't there. You don't know how old I
Who are you
am.
talking to like that? Have some
How
respect.
old are you?
Have some respect.
How old are you? You sound 20 years younger than me.
How old are you?
50.
I'm 21 years younger than you.
Yeah, exactly.
So what?
You weren't there.
I weren't alive in 2019. Are you all right, mate?
You weren't alive in 2019.
I'm asking you a question. Do you think
I'm telling you, you weren't there when we were all conspiring and checking these theories out.
So I
Reese,
weren't alive in 2019.
You were alive, I assume.
So I was alive.
Okay.
Oh no!
You weren't part of the narrative. You weren't part of it. Anyway,
Belissima. What is my middle name?
Your middle name?
Yes.
A-hole.
No, theory. A-hole. What are you talking about? Have some respect. My full name.
No, A for angloid.
No. Hold on. No, my name is my first name is Conspiri, and then my middle name is C, and then my surname is Theory. So
You just said
I'm
Theory was your middle name. Never mind.
Theory.
Anyway, we'll chat some other time. But
No. You
Reese,
need to have respect. You don't know who you're talking to.
Hey, Belissima, can you read what it says on the screen here?
Me old fucking Belissima. Belissima, you say all this stuff online, you wouldn't say it to my face.
Can you read what it says on the screen?
You
here,
haven't got
Belissima?
a face on.
I don't have a face.
That's
hey,
a man.
And you do. What are you talking about? You don't have a face.
I'm faceless.
Yeah, I know. So I can't say it to your face, but you can say it to mine because I've got a face, mate.
What is this, Jeremy Kyle? Can you just read what it says on the screen before I say
Reese, have some more Goislop. You can dumb yourself down a bit.
Reese, have you heard of the dead man switch?
I thought ring a bell. Maybe I don't know what it is though.
Okay, so have you heard of Isaac Cappy?
Okay, can you just tell me where you're going with this?
Wait, you've never heard of Isaac Cappy? You like some level 1 conspiracy theorist? Come on.
Just riddle me where you're going with it.
Go on, Angloid, tell him.
Okay, so back in the day, me and Belissima, what are you laughing at?
You weren't there, but go on.
Wait, no, laugh at me again. You know what? Just out of disrespect, you've just laughed in my face. That is disrespectful.
Shut up, Angloid, and did not laugh in your face. You've been very funny, but carry on. Since you know so much, carry on,
Can you get a room,
Angloid.
please? Get a room, man.
Belissima, you're getting a bit too excited, all right? Back in the day,
irony. I'm so excited, Angloid. I can't believe I'm speaking to you. But go and tell him.
Yeah, I know. We used to
tell him about Isaac Cappy. Tell him.
Okay.
We'll do something in private later, but right now tell Reese.
What?
Because you said you were there. I never saw you there, but go on. Go ahead. Tell Reese.
Okay, where was it then? Where was the area? Where were we then? You don't know. You're lying. You weren't a part of the group. You didn't invent Isaac Cappy. You probably don't even know what Isaac Cappy is. That's why you're getting me to explain it. So what is Isaac Cappy and where did this
So he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
In what way? You don't know. You don't know.
You don't know.
No, you explain it then. You don't know.
You said you were going to tell me. So go ahead. Go and tell Reese.
I created the theory, mate.
Tell Reese.
No, because I think you're lying. I created the theory.
You can't create the theory.
Yes, you can.
He's a man.
Okay, can you just say it? Say it.
Oh my god.
Go on then.
That was all right. Go on then, Belissima.
Go ahead, tell him.
Bro, the Goislop's all coming out. The Goislop's all coming out of me.
Oh, can you stop, bro? Holy cortisol's.
Isaac Cappy was an actor.
Yeah, he was correct. That was right on that. We'll keep on going. Cause correct. He was an actor, but
what sort of an actor? What films was he in?
Adult films.
He was in Thor, right? He was in Thor.
Adult films. You've been watching them. You watched Isaac Cappy in an adult film.
Yeah.
Dude.
He was in Thor. That's an adult film.
I thought you were talking about adult entertainment films.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah,
why would I bring that up?
That's because
you are
so
dirty.
Mate. You're just an inbred.
But listen, that's absolutely disgusting. How you bring that up and alive when you know.
Yeah, hold on.
When you know
children
are watching.
Who says that?
Children are watching this live, and you're saying adult entertainment. You make me sick. You actually make me quite disgusted.
Who says that? Nobody says that word.
Can you just explain it, please?
Right. So have you heard of Michael Dade?
No.
Do you know what he does? Okay, Angloid's always been there, but okay, never mind. He's muted. Someone's muted him. That's great. Even if he muted himself. Okay, so Michael Dade was the one who was exposing all this because Isaac Cappy was the one who had the dead man switch. Now, it was a little like something on the internet, and it was actually.
She doesn't have a clue. She doesn't have a clue.
I'm explaining, so why don't you go away?
You're a fool. You are a fool. You should be kicked off this live because you're just lying. You weren't there back in the day. You can't handle it. You weren't there.
You can't handle it because
I'll tell you why you weren't there. I'll tell you why you weren't there.
You're a Jew. You're a Jew, Angloid.
And you're a Muslim.
Yeah, I am.
And I'll tell you what, Reese.
And I know a lot of things.
Reese.
And Michael Dade got cancelled, but they were trying to unalive him, and I saved him.
You're a fool. Okay,
oh yeah, so, I got you, Angloid.
Reese.
Angloid, I got you.
Reese,
you little boy. You little boy.
Yeah, you would like that, wouldn't you?
You little boy. It's past your bedtime. Go to sleep. It's going to be 9 o'clock. Exactly 1 minute. Go to sleep,
Reese, mute her. I need to tell you something.
Shh.
Reese.
It's past your bedtime.
Bird time? What are you talking about? You're trying to say bed, you fool. You probably don't even have bed.
Past your bedtime.
bird
If you're
time. I don't have a
hearing, it's
bird.
that mask. You can't hear me.
Why do you
Go
say
to
bird
sleep.
instead of bed then, you
Sleep.
fool?
I'm going to
Oi,
hypnotize
oi,
you.
Re-
Sleep now.
Right,
I'm going to click my fingers and you're going to sleep.
Oi, Reese, I'll tell you something right now.
Can you both just stop talking for a moment?
No, let me just say...
No. Just. All right, you can talk now. You can talk now.
All right, okay. We used to have a club, mute Reese, I need to say something.
Okay, fine.
We used to have the conspiracy club called the C Club, right? We used to meet up. There was a lot of members, probably about 500. We would meet up 3 times a month, right? So 36 times a year. And, yeah, you all right with that? Okay, simple maths. Okay, and I'm saying we had rules to this club. It was the conspiracy club. We made the conspiracy theories back in the day, probably around. We thrived about 10, 20 years ago. I think it kind of got shut down. It kind of got shut down during COVID. And I'm telling you, we had rules. No Muslim women. No women called with the name starting with B. That was a fact. You weren't allowed in there. And she's lying. First of all, you're Muslim. First of all, you're a Muslim woman. And third of all, your name's Belissima. You weren't allowed in the club. You know what? You probably would have been brutalized if you got in this club. You weren't allowed. You'd stay far away from it, and you'd know to stay far away from it. Anyone who was in this group, and there was thousands. We had strict security. We had strict conspiracy theories, and you're bringing these things up. You don't know half of it, mate. You don't know anything.
You're right. I wasn't there. I don't know this club. I wasn't
Exactly.
there. I wasn't
That's what
there.
I mean.
I wasn't part of this club. Okay, you win.
Yeah.
I wasn't part of this club.
Thank you.
I am talking about the events that actually happened over in America.
Yes.
It's completely different. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
You had your part. Bye-bye.
No. You do know there was Americans in the club.
Bye.
There was Americans in the club. So what are you talking about?
This is lowering my IQ. Like,
what and that fluoride water isn't?
No, this hasn't got fluoride in it.
What's it got in it?
It's got endocrine disruptors because it's
Okay,
got microplastics.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good for you. That plastic probably goes to your brain and you probably get a bit stupider. So
it does. It goes to your pineal gland.
Yeah. So you admit you're getting stupider. So I think. Yeah. So thank you.
The term would be more stupid, but yeah.
So, no, that's a conspiracy theory. But okay. Reese, more stupid's not even a real word. So that's never lie. Okay, it's fake actually.
It's a phrase.
So Reese, would you like to start our own conspiracy club? Because obviously the C.
No,
you're not invited.
It's my turn. That's why he called me up.
You know what? I'm going to leave this
panel.
panel.
You had all this time.
No, I'm leaving this panel.
Turn.
First of all,
my turn.
I can smell you through the screen.
He's got a particular opinion tonight, and we are discussing that.
Okay, Belissima, say this. I'm done with you. I'm going to steal your hijab.
Oh, what?
You won't have a hijab next week, so I'm going to steal it.
I'm already in hijab. Look, can't you see it's all black? Anyway, so this is back in 2018. Now, there was a guy called Michael Dade, and he was like following up to this thing. So Isaac Happy, what happened was that he was, so he exposed it. He had this little video of under this, nobody can still find it apparently, but that's on Epstein's Island, and there were girls, and and so Michael Dade points this out, and he was the one who's following up, and he was like, and so like he had like people all around the world following him, and he was like huge. It was getting out of control. And anyway, so what happened was that he was eventually cancelled, so you can't find him on the net at all. And now you guys are coming up, but he was the one who exposed all this, and then there was like sheriff and Girl About Town. These were all Americans. This was all coming over from America, and I don't know what he's talking about, Seatown or whatever. Like, this is in England. It's got nothing to do. This happened. This was coming out in America in 2018. The conspiracies before that were in 2006, and it got to the point where nobody would actually say. The Americans wouldn't say anything because they couldn't, because they were being monitored on all. That's what these MySpace and all these were. So everybody really used to stay quiet, apart from me, because I was under the protection of the Queen. So I just say whatever, and then I got banned, and then so what happened was GCHQ opened a special website for me, but actually nobody came on it, so there was nobody to go up against. And then I just got back into real life, and I had this TV show, and I used to host music videos, and then
Okay,
I
I didn't
wanted to,
ask for your life story.
yeah. So I'm just going above ground now. So I don't even know what was happening in the conspiracy world. I was like off media, off social media, and at this point they were going. So there was Face Battle, and then there was MySpace, and then
Okay.
there was conspiracy theorists used to migrate to these platforms, and then it stopped at Facebook, and then so now you've got all these social media websites, because they were actually military technology that they used to use to monitor people, i.e. conspiracy theorists. And that's when so Michael Dade came up with this, because oh yeah, that's it. So he was
Oh
Isaac
god.
Cappy. Isaac Cappy was actually like the one who's saying, look, I'm a bad person, and this is what I did. I used to traffic people, and Disney Club claim up and all that. And so you've got like that's where the stories come up about Britney and like what happened to it. Like you will even hear about the Disney Club and all these young ones and how they're groomed, and like Britney was like 17, and look at the state of her now. Look at the state of her now. Look what it's done to her. This is what happens, and they were groomed at a very young age. And so yeah, I mean, it's just like a Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with that. I think that is true. You didn't really have to, you didn't
expose
take that long.
everything. Yeah,
No, you didn't need to take that long to get there. Like, I think what you're basically trying to say
I
is that
mentioned things that you knew nothing about.
no, I already knew that people in Nickelodeon
No, you
were,
didn't mention any of this. When I was asking you, didn't, and you wanted to check, and you wanted to show me, and
Bro,
then when you showed me, it was all wrong.
Bro, I would not have thought that people getting groomed from Nickelodeon had anything to do with Isaac Cappy or whoever this person is. But
Dude,
listen to me, holy shit.
Dude,
okay, you're
dude,
gone.
you don't know any of this. You
like all I hear is just it's like, oh god. All right, let me just get some. She's too esoteric for me, bro. She knows one conspiracy theory, which is about children being groomed, bro. You know what I'm saying? He gave the names of all the celebs involved and then unalived himself. Unalived himself. Right. Right. I understand. I understand. I stand under. Okay. Well, let's get Raid World. Just, hello?
Hello.
Hello, mate. What would you like to talk about?
I'd like to talk about societies and how we can make a society.
Okay. Maybe just a quick one?
Yeah. So, how do you propose we can start societies?
At the fundamental level is food and farming.
Yeah. What's, a further level than that? In, uniting everyone.
So getting people to understand that their currency is meaningless and worth nothing, so therefore any other currency that they propose to use is more meaningful and valid. Obviously, people becoming conspiracy theorists and people understanding, disconnecting themselves from mainstream society as much as possible.
Yeah.
And I would say, what was that I was going to say? Family, right? Like having a society, a network of people who are family oriented and want the best for their children and things like that.
Okay. So, would you recommend like these kinds of communities forming in towns as well?
Yeah, in towns and city, urban centers, but also places like in the countryside, especially where you're orienting it around a farm, because these are kind of like hubs, if you like, where people can come, people can exist, people can live, people can meet and talk to other people. You can access information, or you can access healthcare maybe, and there's doctors and there's lawyers there, and there's like a society of like a small society of all different types of expertise.
Okay, and
do you think it like it's more optimal to do it on a national level or on a
No, I
more
think it
broader
has to.
scale?
No, I think it has to start individually and smaller because you
Yeah.
have to kind of inspire others. It has to be a domino effect, in my opinion. One group has to begin, and then it has to be success, and then another group has to want to join it, and then there has to be
Mm.
more success, and it has to snowball like that, and kind of like a domino snowball effect. And you extrapolate this into the rest of the society, and now you've got different societies that maybe are ideologically different, but they are similar in the way that they are not connected to mainstream society, so they're disconnected. So it's kind of like if you imagine like loads of different sticks breaking off of a tree and then just falling into random places. They don't fall all together, but then if there's enough sticks, then it's all going to make a part of sticks, I guess. So
Yeah, so you think like the multiple outposts will eventually form together?
yes,
Okay.
outpost, that's a good way of looking at it. A good word. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. Keep it quick.
All right, sweet, man. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's good,
Yeah,
good little
thanks.
chat. Take it
Yeah.
easy.
See you later.
See ya. All right. Okay, I guess we'll just get Sarah now. Sarah. What the fuck?
Sorry, I was crying.
Okay.
Well, hello then. What the hell?
I said hello. You're just like. Okay. So Sarah, what do you want to talk about?
It was a thing last time. Wait. Like with Belissima and stuff, and like that black girl from last time. What was wrong with the black girl? Like what she said.
Well, she's completely
And the
wrong.
whole.
I mean, it's been proven.
No,
that she's
it was
wrong.
like right message but wrong execution. Like it's not like because white people are like genetically just like dumber. It's more like London is more focused when it comes to education, like funding.
Yeah, but education is irrelevant.
So would you let someone know GCSEs take care of your children?
Yeah.
You would let someone with no GCSEs, no qualifications, do lung surgery on you?
Bro, what?
What do you mean? What do you...
This is what she said. She said that the reason why the white men are falling behind is because they aren't getting educated. They aren't going to universities. And I am an example. Instead, I come on TikTok and I preach my message, right? But the problem is that the most powerful individual when he was alive, if he isn't still already alive, which he definitely is, no, was Epstein, right? Epstein was the most powerful individual on planet Earth, you could argue, right? Or you could say top 5, top 10, at least.
Top 5
right?
after Stephen Hawking. What's the other one with the hair? What was his name? Or with the moustache?
Hitler?
What? No, the scientist.
Tesla?
That's a car.
Nikola. Okay. I don't know.
Einstein,
Anyway,
that one.
Okay. Point being is that Epstein rules, and Israel and Jews control the world not because of their education, but because of their connections. What that famous term is. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Are you more likely to be successful if you're a cleaner on a yacht or a well-educated accountant working in a firm? The answer
Well-educated
is the former.
accountant.
No, the answer is
What?
the former. No, it's absolutely the former because you can get cleaning. You can get cleaning jobs worth more than basically any accountant. Not any accountant, but most.
Yeah, but
accountants.
accountants know, I guess, people. Like if you're an accountant for like a rich
Yeah,
person.
but not really, because if you go on a yacht, then that's where the top people are. You know how much it costs to charter a yacht? You're talking like fucking 6 figures at least. So those are where the rich people are. So anyway, the point being, and also, okay, even before that, right? What are you laughing at? You freak! What is wrong with you?
Me, I'm a freak. You've had someone in the comments say they wanted me to get like raped, and I'm the freak.
Okay, that's not me though, is it? Let's just.
Okay, but that's your people.
Okay, literally anyone could be in the chat.
Well, it's a white man, so
Like,
that's...
Belissima is in the chat. What? She's my people? She's like some Pakistani.
No,
who
he's
literally
white.
doesn't- Who, Belissima?
No. The guy.
Oh, angloid.
What? No.
Okay, whatever, right? Can you just listen to me? This woman also,
Okay.
right? She predicated, is that the right word? Her monologue to me about, with, rather, saying the word
No, that's what I'm saying.
arts.
Like, she was wrong, like, right message, wrong execution.
No, it was the wrong message and the wrong execution.
Okay,
As I
right.
just
So,
told you.
who
I
predominantly
just told you.
lives outside of London?
I told you.
I'm talking
right?
about the UK. I don't
It
give a
doesn't
shit
matter
about
about
America
the
or
UK.
flipping Epstein. Like, that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, but we are a colony of global Jewry, okay? So
Oh
it
my
doesn't really
God.
matter about individual parts of that fucking colonial expansionism. It matters about the whole thing, okay? We're not
So
talking
is
about...
TikTok a Chinese company, right? Controlled by Jewish people
In America,
in
it is.
China.
In America, it is.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Good to know.
So where do we go to? So what is it? You don't know how to have a conversation. So then what? So what you would do after that is you'd make a point or maybe something.
No, this is like my second point. Like my second point is that what's called. We'll go back to the first point. My second point is like when you get into these like situations where you're in a way what's it called cornered because you're wrong. Your first thing is to go to like microaggressions, like Bellissima's parents are cousins. What did the black girl? She was just like saying arcs because like that's like different dialects, and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna speak to someone that says arcs instead of asks.
I think that's reasonable, don't you?
No, it's not.
How's that?
It's just the way
unreasonable?
someone speaks. So do you think someone who has who has an accent, who is more educated than you, is...
She isn't more educated than me.
I'm not... But listen, that's not what I said.
No, the
I'm talking
black
about other
woman,
people.
the black woman, yeah, she's
Oh,
not
the
more
black...
educated than me.
She was clever than you.
No, she's not.
I'd say personally.
Okay. Earlier you said to me, would I give my child to someone with no GCSEs, yeah?
Yeah. Why
Would
on earth
you
would you do that?
Okay, because I know people with no GCSEs and they'd be very good at looking after children because it's not about GCSEs.
But that's because you know them personally. That's not because
No,
they're
it
defined by their
isn't.
GCSEs.
No,
when
it
you go to
isn't.
a job,
Oh
when you
my
go...
I just can't, man. I just can't.
When you go to a job, right, Reese, like, they don't get to know you over months. They just see your CV and then that's it. Boom, bow. What do you have? Like, in a way, you need theory to back it up. You can have experience. You can have all of this. You can have the right personality. But if you don't have the theory behind it, don't nod your head as if you agree with me because you don't.
Oh my god, you are such a fucking bitch, bro.
Me?
What the fuck?
I've been really
have
nice
so,
to you.
You have so much attitude. And you're so mid at the same time. And you're like, oh my god. Okay, let me just give you a monologue here. Just stop talking and let me just make you understand.
You called me an
Firstly-
autistic child though. Like, why? Like,
Okay.
you did.
Yeah. Hey there, I'm Russian and Iranian. Alright, I got 15 minutes left of me. Hello?
Hello, mate. How are you?
Absolutely epic. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Thank you for supporting the live, mate. Very kind. Much
No
appreciated.
problem. No problem.
Very kind. All right, so obviously everyone's been talking about it. Everyone's been hearing about it. So first of all, that tinfoil hat is slowly starting to become a little bit more normal. I feel like the one you're wearing. And the whole idea, I feel like, was it you that mentioned it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you, Elise. Much appreciated. Was it you that said that Epstein just fled and you don't think that he actually passed away?
Yes, went to Israel.
Yeah, I'll be real. When you said that the first time, like a couple months back, I didn't really think too much of it. You might have heard of it, you might not have. But with this, okay. I was just looking through like just some like papers and stuff, people doing research and stuff. He had an Austrian passport with a different name.
Didn't know
Have you
that,
heard-
but fair.
Austrian passport with a different name with residence in Saudi Arabia.
I did know that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Knew he had a
So
residence in Saudi.
He had the residence in Saudi Arabia, which, if you think about it, it was his photo, but it was a different name and everything. So you wouldn't really know it's him. It could just be like a lookalike, and you wouldn't really deep it as well during that time, because I think this was during the 80s and 90s, right? So you wouldn't really think, because during that time he wasn't really convicted of anything. He was like, people were suspicious of his acts, but he wasn't really convicted of anything. So it's not crazy to think that now he could do the exact same thing and maybe travel to Israel, for example, which I feel like that's where he would go to.
I could maybe blow your mind slightly here. Let's have a look at.
I'm just saying it's not crazy to think about it once you deep it. Like if he's had a fake passport like 40 years ago, right? What's to say now he wouldn't, correct? And
Yep.
and not just that. Also, this is also another thing that just baffled me completely. Even though there's no documents online, which obviously there wouldn't be, of supporting credibly that he worked with Israel, he was the middleman in a project to bring Israeli surveillance technology to the Mongolian government. So he supplied Israeli surveillance technology as a middleman to Mongolia.
Okay. So what do you think about this, right?
Can't see that.
This hold on, yeah. This might be debunkable, right?
All right, brother, now chill. You're gonna get banned. What the hell? Why are you showing?
So basically this is the Epstein in like the morgue, right? So look at the ear, right? Look at the nose. Yeah.
Listen, I'm just trying to be more. I'm just trying to be more like a couple months back, you made a discussion about this, and I would have completely just overlooked it, right? And it was more so like it's whatever. It's just a conspiracy theory. It's not really going to be. It's not even shown. But after just looking at all the files and stuff, and like all the videos you see, it's diabolical. So it's like, is it really crazy to think that this guy's had a fake passport 40 years prior of his death? So why would he not do it now, right?
Of course
And
he's gonna do it now.
not to mention, right? I feel that this is the only one people talk about because it's just mainstream. This island situation, because it's mainstream, it's got big names, right? There's like thousands of islands around the world that we don't know about.
Bro, how is this a Facebook flat Earth conspiracy to say that Epstein is still alive? Like, this is like basic stuff. This is like Facebook flat Earth is like out there, bro. That's like
No. Can I just point this out real quick? The reason I'm talking about this, because I usually wouldn't go to these types of discussions. The reason I'm talking about this is because of this passport situation, and this is all credible. You can search it up. You can put it on the screen. Right? He had a fake Austrian passport that was in residence Saudi Arabia with a fake name with just the same with just the same face pic. Is that not? That's crazy.
Yeah. I agree.
So
And, don't you think that once that's real, then basically anything can be real if he is still alive, and then that whole thing is some sort of operation on behalf of Israel? And
you know what I think it is? I think it's mockery. I think it's mockery. It's mockery. What it is mockery, because what they want us to know about this island, but I don't think people talk about the thousands of other islands that are just operating in this exact same system that won't be talked about because it's just elites, right?
That's a good point.
It's just elites. There is around 25,000 islands in the proximity of the Pacific Ocean area, right? There's 25,000 islands. This is a very big topic of discussion as well. In Turkey, during the earthquakes, I feel like people should look into this as well. During the earthquakes, thousands of children went missing. Those children were never found. Their bodies were never found. Videos of the Epstein files show that there was a child screaming in the Turkish language, right? In the Turkish language, that I'm scared of you, get me away. Right, and it goes way deeper than that. I feel like the whole thing, when you were talking about the weather manipulation thing, I still kind of think that's a bit mad. I don't care if you come for me.
Why?
Come for me
Okay,
as well.
Why?
I don't know. I think maybe I'm just like 65 IQ for you in that sense. I just don't think like that. But
Really?
whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. I don't care. But what it is I genuinely believe there's stuff deeper than we can ever fathom. Right, we're living amongst people that have evil intentions. Just the way people were reacting to the files just shows that we are not ready for what's actually out there that we don't know. So
I agree. And all the
I think as much as this is great to talk about, because we need it to be known, right? And like I said, there's so many more islands out there, and these operations are still happening. This is the only one we fully know about, right? I feel like you should definitely talk about it, but also at the same time, it can really make you hate society more. It can really change your whole perspective of going outside and thinking that people can be nice, people can be doing this. Mune is on something about those missing children. Listen, Belissima, you might have spoke the only facts today with that one comment. Search yourself, Reese, because it's not a joke, that during the earthquakes, a bunch of kids went missing and none of those kids were found. And in the Epstein files, there was a video of this child speaking in a Turkish language saying, "Get away from me. I'm scared of you. You're a bad person." This is not fake. This is awful. Okay, it's a terrible video.
2023.
2023 and 99 as well. 1999. It's not like a conspiracy theory. This is genuine thing as well. I'm just saying, who gives one about the Turkish children? I think you're one of the problems, bro. It doesn't matter what child it is. It's a child, bro. That comment is low-key goyslow. You can have a look. Thousands of children went missing. Wait, bro, like, you know, this is insane. So do you think Epstein is still alive? I think the discussion to say that Epstein might be still alive isn't crazy to talk about. He had a fake passport in the 1980s to 1990s in Austria. His residence was Saudi Arabia. It goes way deeper than we think. We can't fathom. Oh, this is deep. This is awful. Like, just thinking about it sometimes is just awful because we live amongst these people. We breathe the same air as these people. And the crazy part is during history, we've had the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution, the American Revolution, and we've had changes of systems. But what it looks like is we keep going in these cycles where we just repeat to the same bullshit. So change never actually comes. I think like it just comes in a different format. You know, someone made a really great point. They were talking about how we're not slaves anymore. We just get paid, right? I feel like that's just what's happening right now. We're just changing.
I agree.
I feel like what we're doing is we're causing one more revolution after another revolution. I think we've got change, but it's just back to the same bullshit. Like I don't think we're never going to be free. It just goes deeper and more philosophical. Like I don't know. I just think it's deep. I didn't really like enjoy researching this topic. It was terrible.
I mean, it's one thing, and then you realize that the weather's fake, and then you're like, yeah, this kind of sucks.
And you got this guy in the comments, Spring_Bonnie, right? This guy is low-key. I'm just gonna say you're actually kind of fucked. I'll be real.
I think he's fake. I don't think he's real.
I don't think you're real as well, bro. How has the world come? Bro, I'll be real. I don't know, but to the right man, I don't think people. This is gonna sound really controversial, but I don't think people should look into it because it's just awful. Like, it is genuinely terrible. It changes your whole perspective of society and people. I don't know.
Mine is already there. That's the thing. So I'm happy to look at my perspective of the world and people is already at the point that you're describing. So I'm kind of fine with it.
Isn't that awful though?
Well, it's not the great, but you know,
there's so much more to life, right? There's so much talent. There's so much to life where you should be able to pursue whatever you like. But then there's problems like these that just occur, and you think it's just impossible to stop. Especially with like previous history, right? Like I mentioned before, the French Revolution, people tried to change a system they didn't enjoy. And then about 200 years later, the same bullshit happens, right? The American Revolution, the Russian Revolution, people make these changes hoping that their generation after also follows and makes a difference. And what we're doing right now is sat here doing nothing because we just can't. Durham Uni after.
Yeah, but we're doing what we can.
It just I don't know, that whole video about that Turkish child really changed my whole perspective. It does make you feel awful. And I don't know, some guy in the comments literally said, who cares about a Turkish girl? It doesn't matter what race or what, you know, what culture they come from. It doesn't matter, bro. This is children we're talking about. Like, it's just innocent human beings. I don't know, that's just what I wanted to talk about. There is a lot more to it. That whole Mongolian government thing is terrible as well. I just feel like people should
needs to understand. Everyone needs to understand that conspiracies are real. That's what I've been saying. I should completely agree. Everyone needs to become a conspiracy theorist. And the conspiracy theorist position needs to be that you trust everything and that everything's normal. In order for us to actually make societal difference, in order to, as I was saying to the other guy, when you are wanting to form new societies, the foundation of the society is you literally are making your own food because the food isn't fucking real. Because
wait, one sec. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry. Britain is genuinely dying, and we are looking at this. Why do you think that Britain is dying, and we are looking at this? Do you have any sort of brain cells, an IQ above 65, to link these two situations together? They are the exact same thing. It's the okay. You know what? That's okay. It's fine. I'm gone. Listen, it was great to talk to you again. Thank you for hopping on my live last time as well. Much appreciated. Thanks to everyone else that came in the live as well. Much appreciated. Thank you, Reese. Cheers,
No
mate.
problem, man. Take it easy. So yeah. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up now. Just gonna go through the. I'm done now. Why am I? Why? I'm not rising. I need to go. Spring Bonnie, you are never coming on my panel ever again, bro. I hope you do realize that. Like, never. Because I don't want you to fucking follow me, bro. I don't want to be associated with people like you. No, I'm honestly, if this is like a hard thing to hear, like you need to get your head out of. It's the shit that you type, the shit that you type in the chat. It's just like, it's just ridiculous. It's just like, I don't, you know what I mean? Okay. This is the last one.
Yo,
Hello?
yo, Reese, what you telling me?
Not much.
Bro, don't you think it's like fucked up, yeah, how like we're on this like island on this like rock, yeah, and like, bro, like there's like nothing out beyond, yeah, and we all fight Zog wars, yeah, on this island rock, floating in space, like that's deep in it, like, and we all work for this like Zog book, yeah, for all these Zog pounds, yeah. Like, bro, I'm out trapping, yeah, to get these Zog pounds, yeah, illegally, yeah, because like if I pay my taxes, it goes straight to the J. So it's
This
like
is no.
fucked up, bro.
I think this is Johnny Bowden on a different account.
No, it's not me. It's not. It's not. I always get confused for that guy, bro. But it's not in me. But I'm
Yeah,
being
okay.
real, yeah. Mum's life, bro. Wallahi, me. I'm being real, yeah.
Yeah, it's Johnny. It's definitely Johnny.
No, it's not Johnny,
Okay.
bro.
Okay, thank you, Johnny.
Oh, TND, me. It's ruining my evening, bro.
What does TND mean?
Totally nice day, bro. I saw that means, mate.
Okay, wait. What did you ask me? Yeah, no, I think that is crazy. And that's why I struggle mentally.
But like, don't you think that when you pay your taxes, yeah, you're putting your taxes towards the Zog, yeah, and then outside of the Zog, like we're just on a flowing rock in space, like there's no reason to be doing anything, like, do you know what I mean, like, bro, it's just, bro, it's all fucked up. But I'm from Manchester, yeah, so it's not like that here. We have like civilization, bro.
Bro,
Whereas
you don't even...
yous,
What the fuck are you talking about?
nothing, mate. Bro, I'm chill, bro. I'm too esoteric for you, mate. You're too low tier. You're a normie, bro.
Bro, stop. Bro, Manchester sucks. There's nothing about Manchester that's appealing.
Me, come Piccadilly Gardens and say that to my fucking face, bro. Pussy.
Okay.
Right, ta. See you later.
No worries, mate. Bye-bye.
Right, see you later. Bye.
Yeah, right. I speak like that because I'm northern. For some unknown reason, I took the perfectly fine southern accent and made it fucking bizarre. And now I speak like this. Why? And if we go fucking... Okay, yeah, I can't do it. Get me on, bro. Rise. We can talk about it. No, I'm not talking about it, bro. I don't get... Listen, okay. You... Listen, no one who has paid... That I know has paid for Nick Fuente's merch will be talking to me. Okay, you know how like you don't talk to pedophiles because you know like how Elon Musk shouldn't really be begging to go on Epstein's island, shouldn't be in communication with Epstein because he's just a bit weird like that. Yeah, I don't want to hear you. Yeah, you're saying Epstein is cool. He was goated. Like you must be either a fake account that's just rage baiting, or somebody that I don't want to talk to. Not gonna lie, I'm a Zionist, but Nick is based. See, that's how you know he's controlled a position. No, I'm not debating you on it, buddy. Just unfollow. You can unfollow. It's all right. I appreciate you watching the shows. I do, genuinely. I appreciate the support on the videos, but you can unfollow me now. Okay, you don't need to keep following. You can go to the next guy. You can go to... Just keep watching Nick. Why would you even watch me anyway when you have Nick? He's better, clearly. Right? So, yeah, I'm scared I'll get destroyed by someone trying to convince me that Epstein was goated. Okay. Yes. That's why I literally allow everyone to come and debate me about anything. I'm scared of you and what you're saying about Epstein. Totally, bro. Nick is a voice. Oh my god. If I do see you in Manchester, though, I'm backing it. Yeah. Well, I think you would win. Because I'm posh and I'm not very good at fighting. So, well. No. I would probably curb stomp you. Is that going to get the live ban? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. They don't know what curb stomp means. But outside of Manchester, I'll be neutral. Alright. Mane. Bro, say that to my face, bro. You're posh with a broken family. I don't have a broken family. Okay, I'm going now. Appreciate you all for tuning in. This is going to be on YouTube if you want to rewatch this. So go to my YouTube channel. That's Reese Talking or Reese Carlton. And X is Reese Talking. Instagram is Reese Talking. Maybe I'll make a video tomorrow. I don't know. Probably about something. I was going to make a video about Epstein, but I thought I'd give you a monologue instead. So that's it. Take care. And I'm just doing this right now. See that? Yeah, I'm not losing my mind. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm totally not losing it. Don't worry. I'm totally not losing my mind. Don't worry. Watch Fall of Cabal. You can end it now. Wait, does this look like I'm doing a Hitler salute? Alright, let me just... Is it Kabul? Or Cabal? Like this? Like this? Like this? Is it Kabul or Cabal? The Fall of the Cabal? Hey, but how do I know this isn't Goy Slop? It's what I said. Okay, no need for the attitude, Gracie. Calm down. Joking, I'm joking. Someone's debunked it. Someone's made a three-part debunking of the Fall of Cabal. 0161, it's Manny on the map, G. The only slop is about QAnon, okay. Fall of Cabal. Oh, it's Fall of Cabal. I can't lie. There's actually quite a lot of stuff here. Is it by Janet Ossibard by any chance? Okay, don't let me on then. You want to come on? It is, yeah. Okay, I'll quickly just get Elise on. Then we'll go. Janet Ossibard. Okay, hello.
Hello.
Hello. What would you like to talk about?
Can we please talk about capitalism?
Okay, I think we should save this for tomorrow, maybe.
All right, okay. Bye.
See ya. See, but it's not because I don't want to talk about it, Elise. It's because I want to give you a good conversation. I want to give you some rigorous debate, you know? I think that's... No, don't be angry. Don't be angry. Calm down. W debate. Calm down, okay? That's because I want to give you a better monologue. Tomorrow, I'll be on... I'll do two lives tomorrow. I'll do a video. I'll give you everything you could ever ask for. I'll give you 2 lives tomorrow. I'm finishing work at... Oh, I'm finishing work at 1. That's so epic. We don't need 2, okay? Fine, I won't do 2 then. Okay, I'll do one live. Tell me the optimal time. 36 viewers that remain in the chat. Tell me the optimal time for me to do a live. Go ahead, drop it right now. My 6 p.m. My YouTube channel is Reese Carlton or Reese Talking. 6 p.m. Okay. 4. I think I'm going out tomorrow. Okay, it's not all about you. 7 p.m. British time. 11 p.m. What the hell? 7 p.m. 6 p.m. 7 p.m. 6 7 6 7 6 p.m. I'm not doing 11. I'm not doing 11. 5:30 a.m. What the hell? 1 a.m. 9 10 as usual. Okay, so we've got 6 7 fucking 5 a.m. So it's pretty much just gonna be 7. Reese, I've donated 500 to Nick now. Give it to me! Give it to me! Stop giving it to a fucking Sephardic homosexual Mexican. Give it to me! Give it to me, buddy. What are you doing? Send me a... I'll be having... I'll be having pub dinner at 7. Can you not? Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. You're up at 5. That's bugged out. 8 to 9, Rule Britannia. So it's looking like 6 to 8 is the optimal time, I think. I have to sleep. It's 2:30 where I am right now. Well, I fuck with that. I appreciate that, man. That's dedication. Give it to me. Exactly. Give it to fucking me, bro. You're giving it to a Sephardic homosexual Mexican. I am white. And I'm not controlled opposition. You're giving it to a fucking foreigner? Really? Oh my god. Really? Like, come on, bro. Like, oh my god. E. Do you remember E? Do you remember that meme where it was it E? It was like E, like proper like. Alright, anyway, I'm done now. Sorry about the waffle. I'm going. The live's gonna be up on YouTube. Either later today or tomorrow. So yeah, I'll probably have a YouTube video out tomorrow, and I'll be live tomorrow at approximately 6 or 7 p.m. So, or 8 p.m. So tune into that. I'll let you know in advance. Other than that, have a great rest of your night, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. And it won't be on this setup; it'll be on the normal one. So yeah, honky tonk. Where's the end the live button? There it is. See ya.